Just give me a few minutes there. Let me check that lighting. I'm not sure if that lighting is right. Oh, something isn't right here, folks. For a fleeting moment. Is the lighting? I'm not sure of that lighting, folks. All right, I think it's better now. Grace and peace, pleasant good evening. How is my family? How is my family? On both YouTube and TikTok. Pleasant good evening. Bon dia. Bonsoir. Good evening, good morning, good night, wherever you may be. Welcome to this episode I refer to as Home Sweet Home. Yes, folks, I am back at my place of abode, safe and sound. A bit tired, I must confess. Yes, needing some additional rest and respite. I felt the urge and the need yesterday to do a live, but I just felt tired. I came back, I felt tired. And so I didn't want today pass. I just want there to be fluidity, for there to be continuity, for me to connect with my family, my followers, my viewers, my fans, my well-wishers. Glad to be back. Did anybody miss me? Is there anybody on the live? Be honest. Did anybody miss me? So this live is being brought to you simultaneously on both my YouTube platform and the TikTok platform. Yes? Folks, kindly share, like, and follow. I crave your indulgence as far as connecting, comments, suggestions, ideas. My goal still stands, that of attaining 1,000 followers on TikTok. I'm not far off. I must say thank you to quite a number of important persons. They know who they are. The journey continues. I have already attained the 300 mark on YouTube, but the journey also continues. I need you to help me along this journey. So I just want to give a little recap on my recent vacation. So I visited 3 states: New York, the Big Apple; Florida, the Sunshine State; and New Jersey, which they refer to as the Garden City. Yes, I have siblings in so many of the different states. I couldn't even get to go to all, but there was connection by phone even though we didn't see each other. Yes. I'm looking back at the events that led me to eventually embarking on this trip. My glasses, yes, got lost on Grandin's Beach. Yes. Then came my reading glasses. I went to a live band and food concert in True Blue. I sat there enjoying the music, what have you, and I got caught up so much so that when I did left, I realized that I forgot the reading glasses. Yep. And so the primary focus was to retest and repurchase a prescribed pair of glasses. In fact, I did 2 just in case. Yes? But I believe in hindsight it was the work of the Almighty, because a lot of things came up while I was there, a lot of things that I never knew would have happened. Yes? Things that I just had to take care of. Yes? I want to give thanks and praise to the Almighty. I want to thank each and every one of you, yes, who encourage, who support, who help motivate me. Yes? I gained a lot of followers, I gained a lot of friends. Yes, I visited quite a number of places. My life was not as consistent as I would have loved it to have been for a number of reasons. Yeah. I do hope that the little that I did brought to you, my followers, viewers, and subscribers, was enjoyable. Hey, May, good evening, good night, and Gina Flash, welcome, welcome. Carter Hawkins, good evening, good night, good morning, wherever you are. Thank you for joining. Welcome, welcome, welcome to this live. Yes? So, I thoroughly enjoyed it. I thoroughly enjoyed my short stay. I did succumb for a small bit to the cold. I guess change your weather, not familiar with this kind of fall and the transition from summer to winter. My throat started itching. I had some runny nose. I brought up some phlegm and what have you, but I believe as I am back here while I'm back. Hey, thank you for the gift, Darky Duck. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining. Thank you for the gift. Thank you. Welcome. I believe that it is all part and parcel, and I'm quite sure persons that at one point in time that would have migrated or even gone on vacation could attest to the fact that at one point in time if they would have gone during that period, they would have had, runny nose, cold, what have you. Yes? I remember years ago, many, many years ago, more than 30 something years ago, I think it's 36 years ago, my sister, when she first emigrated, had a bloodied nose. Yes? I remember that only too well. Yeah? So yes, I took some, not pills, but supplements and what have you to try and contain it. But I think the overriding thing for me was to ensure that my clothing, my dress code reflected the sort of conditions that existed. In some instances, I had to have 3 layers. 3 layers, yes? And let me just give you a joke. My maternal sister treated me, her bigger brother, me being the eldest, as her baby brother. We had a wonderful time. In fact, I can go out on a limb and say that we had the best time that we've had since we are on this earth as siblings. The bonding, the connecting was strengthened. Yeah? I don't think there is any other word. There's another word that could describe the sort of a bonding that we had. Yes? We really had a, connecting of the minds, meeting of the minds, I was taking care of lock, stock, and barrel as the young brother. Yes? And do as I say, I'm the eldest, I'm the bigger one. She went out on a limb to take care of me. I'm talking about my maternal sister. Yep. Thank you for the gift. Oh, thank you for passing through that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Blessings. Have a good night. And all the best for the next day. I hope you have a productive one. Thank you. Peace out. Thank you. Yeah, so I did a few of my physicals, yes. Going in the park, I went to Prospect Park, right in Brooklyn. They're not far from where I live, where I stayed. I went to Lincoln Park in New Jersey, and I did a bit of walking in the neighborhood where I was in Orlando, Florida. Yes? Again, as I say, it wasn't as consistent as I would have loved it to have been for a number of reasons. I got caught up with the morning times. Usually here I would get up around after 4 5, go on the beach, and a little after that, you'll see daylight. But I sat down there on several occasions waiting for 6 o'clock. And by and large, when I do check, because it was so dark, it was almost 7 o'clock. And during that, most of the times I'm back home already. So for quite a number of reasons. So it was an experience of a lifetime for me. And it's not that I haven't been there before, but it was different. It was more connecting. It was more engaging. It was more enjoyable. It was most enjoyable. Yes, I got to do quite a number of things. Yeah, on my own, and I even journeyed down and onto Brooklyn Bridge by myself. Yes, I was given directions and I found it by myself. I was elated. I was elated. Yeah. Um, then I went to Florida, spent about 8 days in Florida. I have a sister. Well, she's the eldest on my paternal side, on my father's side. We haven't seen each other physically in 11 years. And it was a joy. She came with my nephews, at least 2 of them, and we had a wonderful time. Sit down, reminisce, look back, chit chat, had something to eat, drink, laugh. It was a real bonding again. Yeah. The last time I've been to the US was 7 years ago, just during the pandemic, the COVID pandemic. I am good, Larry. I'm good, man. What's up? What's up? What's up? You know me as usual, doing me do. Hey, Sneak VR Games. How you doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for popping in. Thank you for joining, folks. Kindly share, like, and follow. Hey, Seed Cable, child of God. How are you, child of God? It is a home sweet home episode. Hey, Angel Antoine, May Jen Powers, welcome, welcome. Yes, folks. So yes, and eventually, the time wind down, and it was back to my place of comfort. Folks, it was such a wonderful feeling from up above, from the air, to see the small island Grenada. I was overwhelmed with joy and with glee, knowing that I'm coming back home. And let me tell you this, there is no place like home. There is no place like home. Respect to those of you who would have made the journey and migrated, what have you. And I'm quite sure you can attest to the fact that, when you come back on vacation, what have you, you speak in terms of missing your home, what have you. There is no place like home. There is no place like home. I remember that one of my live, a follower, subscriber, a good friend from Zambia, Paul Cruz, made mention of the concrete jungle. Folks, respect to each and every one of you, but it is indeed a concrete jungle. Yes? It is indeed. Hey, Megan Powers. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Where are you joining the live from? Care to share? I'm getting the impression that you would have visited the place, experienced the culture, meet the people, etc. It is indeed a wonderful place. Yes? Irrespective of what little issues or so that we have, Grenada is a paradise. Oh, you're in Grenada now. Okay. How is it going so far? Hey, Smiley, thank you for joining. How is it going so far? Yep. What parish are you located? I'm in the parish of St. John's, where the capital is. Parish of St. George. My bad. Parish of St. George. Yep. Yeah, I'm what is referred to as a town boy. Yeah, born and grew up right in the heart of the city, in the town. Yes, and then moved to so-called greener pastures just in a rural area on the outskirts. Yep. So thank you each and every one of you for joining. Folks, continue to like, share, follow, and subscribe. Let us be engaging. Ask questions, make comments. Anything will welcome. Yep. So yes, I am back here. I'm sort of taking a little time for a bit of rest and respite, but I am guilty of not being able or not wanting to do my lives while I am taking a little time off. And so I figured it would be a good thing for me to continue connecting with you, So I'm hoping that from tomorrow morning, God's willing, to be back doing my physical on the beach, yes? And then come back doing my in the kitchen, yes? Thank you for the like, Megan Powers, thank you. Hey, Buddha J, Welcome. Thank you for the like. Thank you for the like, folks. Continue to like, share, and follow and subscribe. Yes, this live is being brought to you simultaneously on both my YouTube platform, Adventures of Lescott, and my TikTok platform. Thank you, each and every one of you. Yep. So I just wanted to give a recap or encapsulate my 1 month trip abroad. Yes, as I say again, it was rewarding. It was enjoyable, thoroughly enjoyable. I got to do so many things. I got and replaced my eyeglasses, had my eyes tested. I got me 2 pairs. I ensured that I had 2 pairs. And look at this at the back. So that it would not fall off when I'm running on the beach, I ensured that I got me that cord at the back to keep it in place. Yep. Hey, 10C at RJ Unique, yes? Miss Vendetta, yes, I can go on and call names, yeah? Thank you, each and every one of you. I did write down a few little notes here. Yes, while I'm on vacation, and there were a few surprises. I did have a few surprises. And as I say, the trip must have been a blessing in disguise from the Great One. Yes. And again, this trip was one of the best, if not the best trip in terms of connecting, bonding, strengthening the values, the love and affection that exists between my maternal sister and I. It was unbelievable. It was really unbelievable. Yep. I have this here book. So I started sharing with you from this book here by David B. Agus, MD, A Short Guide to a Long Life. Folks, I bought me 5 of these books from Amazon. This is the soft cover. That which I had while I was on vacation was the hard cover. It did not belong to me, and so I had to leave it. Yep. Take a look. I'm hoping that you can do some research. If you can lay your hands on this book, trust me, and read it, reread it. It's in sync with that which I'm trying to preach, that which I'm trying to share, that which I'm trying to do to empower you, to empower me, to empower us, to take stock of our health and wellness. Yes? This book. So, the last day I stopped and I read through to chapter 8. Yes? Let me just give you a recap, yes, of chapter 8 before I go on to chapter 9. Chapter 8 spoke in terms of maintaining a dietary protocol that works for you. And folks, to every turn you're hearing the you being used, the you is being emphasized. Guess why that is so? It takes you, it takes me. It is incumbent upon the yous, the me's, to take charge, to take action. Yes? To help prevent the diseases, the sicknesses and illnesses that surround us. Some of them debilitating, yes? And some of them that have been around for years. Yeah? This is a scientifically backed, factual books from an experienced MD. And it's simplified so that each and every one of us can understand. And so you would hear me expounding and elaborating as fast as I go on some of the pointers and suggestions that he makes. He's not saying that you have to follow it, you know. He's not saying, again, it's up to you and me to take that bold step. Yep. So chapter 9. Feel free to ask any questions of me if I don't know. I will certainly try to get information at any point in time. Kindly share, like, follow, and ultimately subscribe. Thank you, folks. Let's go. Cultivate OM in the office. I'm trying to understand what OM is, but I'm quite sure as I read along, he will explain what OM is. I don't know if any of you on the live have ever heard about that word OM. Quite sure it's a handle for some medical term. Cultivate OM in the office. It shouldn't take a study to highlight the negative impact work-related stress can have on us physically. But now we can point to several that reveal a correlation between psychological stress and increased risk or worsening of conditions like obesity, diabetes, Alzheimer's disease, depression, gastrointestinal problems, and asthma. Folks, I just want to reread that there for a bit. Thank you, Brother Larry. What's up? I heard the weather has changed. It probably waited till I leave. He didn't want to be around, so it changed eventually. Yep. It shouldn't take a study to highlight the negative impact work-related stress can have on us physically. But now we can point to several that reveal a correlation between psychological stress and increased risk or worsening of conditions like obesity, diabetes, Alzheimer's, depression, gastrointestinal problems, and asthma. I'm just there thinking. It's practically cliche now to say that stress causes heart disease. Let me just reread that. It's practically cliche now to say that stress causes heart disease. But it's true. The heart may be amongst the strongest, most invincible organs in our body. After all, it pumps about 2,000 gallons of blood each day and beats, on average, more than 100,000 times daily. But that doesn't mean it's immune to things as subtle as psychological stress. Just imagine that. I just want to reread that there, folks. Hey, Rachel Reed, Milkshake, Tora Roberts, good evening, good night, welcome. I just want to read that for a bit, folks. It's practically cliche now to say that stress causes heart disease, but it's true. The heart may be among the strongest, most invincible organs in our body. After all, it pumps about 2,000 gallons of blood each day and beats, on average, more than 100,000 times daily. But that doesn't mean it's immune to things as subtle as psychological stress. Just imagine that. Are we aware of the work? I even sat by and just think in terms of the workings of the body, especially the heart. As I am talking, all that is happening. As you are watching, all that is happening. As we go to sleep, all that is happening. As we walk, all that is happening. Unbeknownst to us. Really? Is it unbeknownst to us? Or oblivious? Folks, our body is unique. And did you know that the body can't take care of itself? But it needs help. It needs you, it needs me to optimize its ability to function properly. It's no surprise that we're most likely to suffer a heart attack on a Monday. That is powerful. Folks, that is powerful. Is there any one of you on the live that ever came across that? It's no surprise that we're most likely to suffer a heart attack on a Monday. Is that prescribed? Is that scientifically backed? I'm quite sure it is. I guess based on his experience and workings, what have you. I've never heard anybody talk about that. Hey, Giselle Edwards. Hey, Anna Victor 6606. Welcome. Thank you for joining. It's unbelievable. Let me just reread. It's no surprise that we're most likely to suffer a heart attack on a Monday, the first day of the work week. I wonder why that is so. I am wondering why that is so. Are you wondering why that is so? Hey Zephy, thank you for joining. Folks, kindly share, like, follow, and subscribe. Let me just pause for a moment to let you know that this Home Sweet Home Live is being brought to you simultaneously on both YouTube and TikTok. I want to just reread that there again. It's no surprise that we're most likely to suffer a heart attack on a Monday, the first day of the work week. Hey Denise, thank you for joining. Welcome. Hey Random. Good evening, good night. Welcome each and every one of you. And if your job is centered on taking care of a loved one, watch out. Studies have shown that caregivers who are looking after their partners are more likely to die prematurely. I am frightened. Folks, I am frightened. Guess what? That is exactly what I'm doing here. I am ensuring that the needs of my mother, 82-year-old mother, is taken care of. Almighty Father, I ask for your blessings. I ask that you take care of me in that regard. Take care of us, take care of everyone who is doing the same thing that I am doing. I am scared, I am frightened. I am scared. Hey, CHC Lily, I am scared and I'm frightened. Whoa. And if your job is centered on taking care of a loved one, watch out. Studies have shown that caregivers who are looking after their partners are more likely to die prematurely. They face upwards of a 63% higher rate of death than individuals of the same age who aren't caregivers. Hey Ring, hey Ayana underscore JJ. Folks, should I shirk my responsibility? Should I run away? Hell no, that's not going to happen. There's a great one up above. He sees and he knows all there is to know and see. Hey, keeper of the Reds. Whoa, what a handle. Good evening, good night, welcome. Hey, useless E-Hot. I am from the beautiful Tri-Island state of Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique, the Spice Isle. Have you ever heard about Grenada? Have you ever been to Grenada? Have you any connections with Grenada? Hey, well, man, good evening. Hola. Buenos noches. Muy bien, muy bien. ¿Y tú? Oh, Ecuador. Welcome in Ecuador. Hey folks, welcome in Ecuador on the YouTube platform. Welcome in Ecuador. ¿Cómo estás? ¿Cómo estás? Ah, we have Russia in the house. Welcome in Russia. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I am in Grenada, Grenada in the Caribbean. Poco Español. Poco. Poco Español. Poco. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Welcome Russia, welcome Ecuador, folks. Let us put our hands together and welcome Russia and Ecuador on the YouTube platform, folks. So this thing is spreading. People are identifying. People are connecting. Yes? And just remember that we are all one people. And though we might be separated by miles, by language, by religion, what have you, we share the same issues. They may differ from place to place, but we share the same thing. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes? So this live is being brought to you simultaneously on both YouTube and TikTok. Yes, I'm just sharing with you. Take a look at this book here. A Short Guide to a Long Life. David B. Eagles, MD. Yes? 6-1. How do you say 6? 6-1. 61. I am from Grenada. Have you ever heard about Grenada in the Caribbean, in the West Indies? Grenada, G-R-E 61. Yes. We. 6-1. Yes, have you ever heard about Grenada? The Caribbean, the West Indies. Yes, known for its carnival, calypso, steel band, sun, sea, sand. Poco. Poco Español. Poco. Poco. Folks, I'm just engaging here with a friend from Ecuador and a friend that has joined the live on the YouTube platform from Russia. Can you imagine this thing is spreading far and wide? Yes, and that's why I always engage, to connect, to ask questions, to interact. Yes, because we are all one people. So let us continue here. And if your job is centered on taking care of loved ones, I just want to read that there. Sorry. Watch out. Studies have shown that caregivers who are looking after their partners are more likely to die prematurely. They face upwards of a 63% higher rate of death than individuals of the same age who aren't caregivers. Job strain. Lescott. L-E-S-C-O-T-T. Lescott. ¿Cómo se llama? Willman. Me llamo Lescott. Thank you, Willman. Job strain is a part of life. So what can we do to ease the pressure? The question is being asked. What can we do to ease the pressure? Maintain simple routines at work that lift your mood and keep things in perspective. Thank you. Some ideas. Go for a walk during lunch in the bright sun. Yes? Go for a walk during lunch in the bright sun. Walk around more in the office and take your calls while standing up and moving around. Take a deep breath before answering the phone. Play relaxing music while working. Skip happy hour and go to the gym to burn off steam instead. Take scheduled time out during the day when you visit your favorite blogger or website for a few minutes. And decide when you check email and respond to messages. Folks, these are just a few pointers. Yes? English, I think is anglais, anglais, English. Poco, espagnol, poco, French, français, poco, poco espagnol y poco français. So I just want to share with you some ideas that he puts forward. Again, I just want to repeat some ideas. Go for a walk during lunch in the bright sun. Walk around more in the office and take your calls while standing up and moving around. Take a deep breath before answering the phone. Play relaxing music while working. Skip happy hour and go to the gym to burn off steam instead. Take scheduled time out during the day when you visit your favorite blogger or websites for a few minutes. And decide when you check email and respond to messages. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hey, Willman, feel free to subscribe to my channel. Kindly subscribe to my channel. Thereby you can receive notices and the connection can be made between us. Yes? And between other followers on this platform. Yes? Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Hey, useless here. Well, what can I say useless? I'm retired. October, this is my favorite month. The 31st will see me attaining the age of 62. Yeah. Also, would see me attaining the 2-year mark in terms of my retirement. I am enjoying it. Yes. I am a content creator. 1 year ago, September the 14th, made it 1 year. Only just climbing up the ladder. I am doing that full time. I aim to be as consistent as possible. I'm seeing incremental movements, traction. Yes. But as with everything else, you have to put in to get out. Yes. I aim to add an element of entertainment and education on both my YouTube and TikTok lives. And just so you know, I have a handle on most of the other platforms, social media, but the emphasis is on these two, YouTube and TikTok. I showcase my country and wherever I go. Yes? My whole aim also is to motivate my brothers, the male population, yes, whether it's in Grenada and abroad, to rise up and take charge as husbands, as brothers, as providers. Yes? Not just in the household, but in charge of the health and well-being. Because I'm quite sure you and I know that health and well-being as far as the male population is concerned, I grew up knowing it to be a taboo subject. Yes? You and I also know, we are aware of the sort of illnesses, sicknesses, and diseases that befalls us at a certain age. So I just want to debunk the myth and get rid of this macho image that we as men have as far as our health and wellness is concerned. That is my goal. And I not only speak about it, I act on it. So you can see, hear, and eventually resonate, be motivated and inspired and encouraged to take action in your own small way. So that is what I do. Thank you for asking. Yep. How is Russia? What part of Russia are you located? Hey, Dauphine, buddy. Hey, Rubens. Hey, Stanley. Welcome, folks. Welcome to each and every one of you. Yep. On both my YouTube platform and my TikTok platform. Yep. AB, Cereza. Thank you for joining. Welcome. Good evening, good night, good morning, wherever you are. Yep. So I'm continuing here. Just take a look at this book. I'm just going to tell you more about it again. I'm just rereading some of the pointers, suggestions, ideas that was provided by this learned MD. It's so simplified that the smallest child can read and understand. Yes? So my hope is that eventually you can lay your hand on a copy of this. That's one. Or two, let me just let you know that come the 31st of October, that's my birthday, I will be giving away 5 of these books for 2 trivia questions. You don't have to answer both, but it has to do with my journey. Yes, with you, things that you would have heard me say, things that you would identify with me. Yes, and it would be sent to the winner or winners free of cost wherever you are. So I urge you to continue following. Whenever I have lives, look out for the notification. Yes, and stay tuned, because every day until the 31st of October, I'll be sharing excerpts and pieces from this book, even if it means I have to read. And then on the 31st, the questions will be asked. So please look out. Yeah. Avon, thank you for joining. AJ1261. Hey, Miss Irresistible. What a name. Yeah, thank you there. Thank you there, Wellman. Thank you. So that has been, even before I decided to embark on this content creation life journey, I have always had this passion in terms of health and wellness, beginning with myself. Always on the beach. I have been on the beach, been going to the beach for years, running the whole length of the beach, Grandin's Beach there, most of the times. It's 2+ miles, 2+ kilometers, let me just say, stretch of white sand. I run that. I first of all warm up, walk slowly, then briskly to warm up, because I think it's important that we warm up, engage the muscles and what have you for the rigors of the running. Then I run the whole length. Thereafter, I take a little rest. I stretch, yes, do a bit of stretches. Then I head into the water for a bit of swimming and diving. Folks, when I come from that beach, I am energized and rejuvenated. But mind you, if I only come and sit down for a wee bit, I start to fall asleep. So it's important that you factor in an element of rest, a bit of rest and respite, sometime during the course of the day, post the physical. Yeah? So as soon as that is done and I get back home at 9 a.m., I do what I call in my kitchen. Yeah? Hey, thank you. Thank you for the share. Hey, Jumel, how are you, my dear? Good evening, good night. Welcome. Thank you for being a member of the club. Thank you. Your encouragement, your suggestions, your ideas is certainly paying off. I must say thank you in a big way. Yes, I have been following the lady that you spoke to. I am attempting to follow as much as I can, engage. So it's getting there. It's getting there. I don't have long again before I realize that goal that I spoke about. Thank you for the live. Yeah. So yeah, in the kitchen now is the episode where I prepare meals, putting my own spin on whatever it is, simple meals, whether it's breakfast, whether it's lunch for my mother and I. Yes? Sometimes I try to do as much as 3 lives in a day. The third one may be something engaging on the outside, visit to some site, maybe going to a waterfall, what have you, but something on the outdoors. So I'm trying to ramp it up as much as I can, do different things. So it would be a good thing if those of you on both platforms, the YouTube and the TikTok platform, could make suggestions in terms of what I can do to further enhance and create more engagement with you. Yeah. Thank you there, Jamal. Thank you for the gift. Thank you for the like, folks. Continue to like, share, and follow. And let me urge you, those of you on TikTok, to kindly pay a visit to Jumel Andrews' platform here on TikTok. Yes, have a look. Yes, become a follower. Yes. I have some others too that I will share with you as I go along. Yes. So I just want to continue here and complete chapter 9. Yeah. The average working professional spends roughly 23% of the workday on an email and glances at the inbox about 36 times an hour. Let me just reread that there because that is so powerful. And I'm quite sure it relates in some form with a lot of you on the lives, those of you in the work, those of you that have to sit down behind a desk and be focused on a monitor. I remember having to do that for quite a number of years. Yes, doing daily reports, doing monthly reports, doing weekly reports, putting in information from customers that call in, engaging with customers, monitoring a set of computers and what have you at the same time. Yeah, sometimes when it's that busy, you don't even have time to eat, let alone stand up. So sometimes it's easier said than done for many of us. Yeah. So I want to just take that over. The average working professional spends roughly 23% of the workday on email and glances at the inbox about 36 times an hour. 36 times an hour. Thank you for the like. Hey, Wintergreen. Thank you. Welcome. Good evening, good night, good morning, wherever you are. This live, let me just stop for a moment, is being brought to you on both my YouTube channel and the TikTok channel. Yes, kindly share, like, follow, and ultimately subscribe. Feel free to engage, ask questions, yeah, wherever you may be joining from. I just had on the YouTube platform someone from Russia, someone from Ecuador. And the thing about it, as I always say, though we are separated by miles, by language, by culture, what have you, we are all one people. It's funny that I'm saying that because the Ecuadorian, he knew a little bit of the English and a little bit of the Spanish. So, and in this day and age, it is easy to go in on any search engine and do a translation, So there is no reason why there should be a block or a hindrance to us communicating. Yep. The average working professional spends 23% of the workday on email and glances at the inbox about 36 times an hour. The glances at the inbox 36 times an hour. I mean, I must have done that countless times, not even knowing that. Yeah? Folks, kindly take note. Yes? Because, and it happens so fast that sometimes you're not even thinking about that or oblivious of that, It takes most of us more than a minute to return to a task once we've stopped to read a new email. And that can add stress. Folks, kindly take time. I urge you to take time. Do a search on that book. If you can lay your hands on this book, I urge you, I strongly urge you. Yes? This is a powerful book. Written by a powerful, educated, experienced, knowledgeable MD. No holds barred. And it's simplified. A short guide to a long life. Folks, if it means that I have to stop eating mangoes or stop eating chocolate because it's creating a serious health issue for me, and in so doing, I can add a year or two to my life and living, then why not? Then why not? And I'm guilty at one point or another, too, of not sticking to a regiment or two. I am guilty. I'm not saying that I'm the Mr. Perfect. Yes? But if we do just some little things and take time off, because when you would have gotten to a certain age, you have to know what your body likes. You must. The body always gives a sign. Always gives a sign. And sometimes we will pass it off as a little headache or a little chest pain. We drink something and we take something, not until it gets worse. Yes? Take a little time out for your health and well-being. Your health is your wealth. Your health is your wealth. Yes? Okay, so that was chapter 9. Cultivate OM in the office. I still didn't really understand what the OM is, but I guess I would have to reread it. So we're going on to chapter 10. Wow. It says here, have a glass of wine with dinner. Folks, did you hear that? It says here, have a glass of wine with dinner. Drunk and disorderly. I'm not saying I encourage anybody to get on the alcoholic train. I just want TikTok to know that. But the book speaks to you having a glass of wine. He didn't say alcoholic, but I'm just making it abundantly clear here. Yes, it didn't say alcoholic wine. Because there is alcoholic and non-alcoholic. It is a lot. It is a lot, them idea. As I said, you have the choice of either getting a copy or taking a chance of winning a copy free of charge, supposed to you free of charge on the 31st of October, my birthday. That's all. Yeah, I've heard that. And I know I have a lot of friends here that do that religiously every day. Every day. I'm not one for alcohol and wine, but I guess it's something worth trying. It's something worth trying. Is there anybody on the YouTube platform that will attest to that? Have a glass of wine with dinner? Hey, Willan, have you ever tried to have a glass of wine during dinner? Is it part of your part and parcel of your dinner? Is it routine? Or to anybody else on the live? Feel free. Oh, you do that? Well, I guess I'd have to do that then, Jubel. All right, so let's read. Habits that transcend culture and religion and date back thousands of years probably have some benefit to them, regardless of what the science says. Oh, it gives you indigestion. Okay, 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 okay. Okay, okay. I can't say I've gone to functions, staff parties and probably weddings and, try that, for a fleeting moment. And mind you, I have a cellar there with a wide variety of drinks, alcoholic, etc. And it's only used if someone comes by, friends, family members are having function. I'm not the type to indulge. Yes? Again, he didn't specify if it's alcoholic red wine or non-alcoholic, so I guess it's up to you and I. All right. Habits that transcend culture and religion and date back thousands of years probably have some benefit to them, regardless of what the science says. But now we know that moderate alcohol intake. Listen now. Let me just reread. But now we know that moderate alcohol intake, especially from red wine, can reduce one's risk for heart disease. So he's specifying, he is being specific by saying alcoholic red wine. Thank you for the gift. Blessings to you. I hope you have a productive day. Hope you have a good night's rest. Thank you, Jumel. As always, blessings. This benefit does have a caveat, however, and drinking can potentially increase one's risk for breast cancer. Wow. I want to just reread that. But now we know that moderate alcohol intake, especially from red wine, can reduce one's risk for heart disease. This benefit does have a caveat. However, drinking can potentially increase one's risk for breast cancer. And drinking too much is far worse for your heart than being a teetotaler. I just had to pause there for a moment and sort of think about that. Well, it's not a chapter. That sentence. This benefit does have a caveat. However, drinking can potentially increase one's risk for breast cancer. And drinking too much is far worse for your heart than being a teetotaler. I think a teetotaler is one that stays away from drinking. I'm subject to correction. How do you find the sweet spot? So the question is being asked. How do you find the sweet spot? And based on what he's saying, the sweet spot is being in the middle, striking a balance, having a drink but not having too much. Hey Tara Brazan, good evening, good night, welcome. Aim for no more than one drink a day if you're a woman, and 2 if you're a man. Why 2 for a man though? I am asking the question, why 2 for a man and 1 for a woman? Why? To me, two songs as though it probably is encouraging becoming a drunkard. Just saying. And if you abstain during the work week, you don't have permission to binge drink over the weekend. Well, that is sometimes the opposite for a lot of us. You abstain during the work week, you want to be sober, you want to be collective, you want to be above board, you want to be able to do your work, without being under the influence. Yep. So a lot of people look forward to the weekend to indulge, and in some cases overindulge. So that is chapter 10. Have a glass of wine with dinner. 1 is recommended for the woman, the female, but 2 is recommended for the male. And I'm asking the question, why 1 for the female and 2 for the male? Chapter 11, the final chapter. Hope you all can see what it says. Practice good hygiene. Practice good hygiene. In bed and out. Good health starts with good hygiene. It's hard to believe that the dramatic decrease in infectious diseases between the discovery of germs and antidotes such as antibiotics and vaccines was actually not the result of high-tech medical treatments, but rather of changes in how we practice good hygiene. Although technically not a discovery on par with penicillin and the smallpox or polio vaccines, the mid-19th century recognition of the importance of hand washing was a huge medical breakthrough that saved a lot of people long before vaccines and antibiotics were widely available. Folks, and it's no wonder why these days, and not necessarily this year or last year, maybe the past, maybe 10, 15, 20 years, washing hands is strongly encouraged. From the small to the big, it's important to wash your hands. I went out today and I was walking down in the Grandlands area and I felt something in that left eye. Mind you, I've been driving, steering, hands dirty. Guess what? I took my hand. Well, that worsened the situation. Whatever germs or dirt I had on my hand went into my eye and my eyes started to itch me. So I'm just saying that to say washing hands is of significant importance. Whatever you do, whether it's from the washroom, in the kitchen, whatever you do. And again, to your family, your kids, especially your kids, will emulate you. And you as the bigger one, the guardian, the parent, the brother, the sister, ought to lead by example. I know it's a big thing in most of the schools as well too. Yep. So let's go. In 1847, while working at an obstetrics clinic in Vienna, Hungarian-born physician Dr. Ignaz Semmelweis, that sounds Jewish, the last name sounds Jewish, noticed that fatal fevers among mothers of newborn children happen more frequently in birthings assisted by medical students than in those assisted by midwives. I wonder why that is so. I guess he will elaborate as we go along. This prompted him to look closer at the clinic's practices, and he soon noted that the medical students who aided in childbirth often did so after performing autopsies on people who had died from bacterial sepsis, a whole body blood infection in which the inflammatory response to a blooming bacteria turns deadly. But one would think that after dealing with or conducting autopsies, that you would clean your hands before doing anything else. One would think commonsensically that that is the direction you would ultimately go. So that was the basis of his research. He then established a strict policy of hand washing with a chlorinated antiseptic solution, and lo and behold, mortality rates dropped 10 to 20-fold within 3 months. The look to love. Welcome, good evening, thank you, good night. It was proved that the transfer of disease could be significantly reduced by this simple hygienic practice, even though doctors at the time didn't know the exact causes of such diseases in many cases. Had civilization figured this out sooner, perhaps we could have avoided many of the deaths associated with plagues and epidemics that wiped out millions of people in earlier centuries. So that was plaguing the medical fraternity for quite a number of years before Dr. Ignaz Semmelweis made his discovery. Even today, we are inclined to trivialize the simple act of hand washing and do well to keep it at the top of our priorities on a daily basis. You will give yourself an advantage in avoiding germs that can make you sick, and you'll help prevent the spread of germs to others. All you need is a dollop of soap and water. All you need is a dollop of soap and water. That's all you need. He didn't specify what type of soap, Let it be made abundantly clear. Because in our midst we see a lot of, with the coming of COVID, all kind of brand names, antibacterial, killing 99%, what have you. And he did not even mention that. A dollop of soap and water, whatever the soap, S-O-A-P, just a dollop. Antimicrobial soaps aren't necessary. Look at that, I just mentioned in our midst the sort of what have you, killing 99% of germs, what have you. Is that necessary? He said it's not necessary. The standard stuff is just as good. Antimicrobial soaps aren't necessary. The standard stuff is just as good. But if you don't have access to water, then use an alcohol-based hand sanitizer. Some studies have shown that people who wash their hands at least 5 times a day were 35% less likely to catch the flu than those who lathered up less. In addition to hand hygiene, maintaining general hygiene throughout your body will go a long way to protect you from the ick factor. Think about head lice, bad breath, body odor, pinworms, and athlete's foot. Just an example. All of these can largely be controlled just by practicing good hygiene. Don't forget to tend to cuts and scrapes immediately with antiseptics and bandages, no matter how trivial they seem. He's not leaving out cuts and bruises. You need to tend to that as well. All that is part of hygiene, physical hygiene. This will help you to avoid dangerous skin infections such as a painful staph, S-T-A-P-H. I think it's the first time I come around that. There, I guess things that can go into the wound. I'm assuming that is what it means. Are there anybody on the live that can help me with this word? S-T-A-P-H. What does it mean? Such as painful staph invasion from hard to kill bacteria that can require serious antibiotics later on. And what about bed hygiene? Restful sleep starts with a clean and tidy room. Wash your sheets in hot water once a week and keep clutter and electronics out. I aim most nights to just throw my phone in a corner and not worry about it once I go to bed. And that's the reason why too I don't even want to have a TV in my bedroom. Respect to those of you that have. I find that having a TV or even a radio and these things in your room disturbs your quality of rest and respite and sleep. This habit will help you to practice good sleep hygiene. Folks, this comes to an end, the chapters that I just read from this book. That was chapter 11. A short guide to a long life by Dr. David B. Egersman, MD. Take time out, folks. If you can lay your hands on same, it would be a great thing. Yes? If not, you just might be lucky on the 31st of October to be the winner of this soft copy edition by simply answering at least one of two trivia questions that I'm going to ask on my birthday, the 31st of October. At this point in time, folks, this edition of Home Sweet Home comes to an end. I just wanted to share with you the fact that I'm back at my place of abode. I'm so happy to be back. Yes. Not for one moment, I regret not taking the trip. There were quite a number of surprises that came my way. Hey, call me Coco. What's up, brother? Thank you for joining. Let me thank each and every one of you, wherever you are, whatever time zone. Good evening, good night, good morning. To my friend in Russia, my friend in Ecuador, blessings. I hope that you can always be around, will always be around once I come in on lives on both my YouTube and TikTok platforms. Blessings to you. I hope God give you peace, strength. I hope you have a productive Thursday. I know, as I say, it's already Thursday for quite a number of you. Yes. Thank you once again for joining. Thank you for the gift. Thank you for the love. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for the liking. Thank you for following. Thank you for the interaction. Thank you for just being here, folks. Each and every one of you, you know who you are. Yep. To my family, I call you family, here in Grenada, Carriacou, and Opitimatic in the Caribbean and the rest of the world. I wish for you a good night's rest, and may the Lord carry you through to see Thursday, and that you have a productive Thursday. I'll be here again by God's willing tomorrow. So kindly look out and be part of my lives as I continue to encourage, motivate, and inspire you and us. Peace out and goodbye for now. Goodbye doesn't mean this has to be the end. Goodbye.